Hello and welcome to the Metroidvania Review official stream. I'm by myself this week, so this will be fun. We have just started True Torment mode. We have killed one of the 3 initial bosses, and for those who don't know, True Torment mode is New Game Plus. This is where all of the DLC is going to be found. And right now our main goal is to kill those 3 bosses again and get as much money as we can donated to the church so that we can get our teleporting ability back. So, last week we kind of opened up this area down here. I thought maybe we'd jump straight into the 3, what are they called? What are those ladies called? The ladies that you have to kill. Nuns? Are they nuns? Guess we'll find out in a minute. I'm just going to check one thing on the stream real quick before we get too far into this. And of course, as usual, because Nick isn't here and it's just me talking, if you have any questions, that would definitely help me keep it interesting for you. Just making sure that my stream is working okay before I go too far, because I don't have anybody with me to confirm it. Speaking is an interesting task sometimes. I'm really excited. This week I am putting out a video review for Phenotopia. I actually wanted to put out a video review for Phenotopia as my first video review, but I wasn't unable to do it because of technical reasons. Most of what we do is on Steam, so I have not invested in a what is that, the HDMI to PC adapter for the purposes of streaming Switch games on my PC. And the tough thing about that is that because basically everything I play is also available on Steam or PC in some way, it doesn't seem like it's a investment that seems worthwhile for this particular genre of games, because most things are available where I can just record it with OBS. That may change though at some point. We'll see. There seems to be some competition going on between Microsoft and Sony thanks to Ori. They recently purchased, or Sony of Spain is going to be publishing Eterna Noctis, but that's not exclusive, so we'll see whether or not Sony decides that they want to make those things exclusive. I have to say that having this ability to jump down pits from the start of the game makes routing your way to bosses very interesting, since normally I could not do that on the initial playthrough, what I just did. Let's do a backwards jump here. I think this is the thing we had to pogo jump across. How did I do that before? Need to pay attention to those. That's weird. Yeah, let's try that one more time. Do you hold diagonal or up? No. Was it up? Seems like a regular slash should do it, but let's try diagonal up. Nope, it's not up. Not up at all. Don't hold the up button even a little bit. Alright, so I think I bounce off the first one, then I have to bounce off the second one is how this works. I don't even remember what that thing is. For all I know, I'm wasting my time. I think it was a spell, which means it's worth... Oh, okay, don't hold down while you're doing it either. Which means it's going to be worth Tears of Atonement, so let's go for it. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't seem to bounce the way I expect it to every time. Maybe you do have to hold diagonal down? I'm so confused. Whatever. It's not really like I need it. I already got it before. And I don't want to waste too much time on it. Mostly I'm unlocking the shortcut from this side because I can. As long as we're in the neighborhood. And then I'll go down and check the other area. Check that wall, make sure it's not illusory. This one's illusory. Oh. Cool. I guess I'll take the fast way back to where I wanted to be. I like it when games have the no respawn style of exploration. Some games it works well for, like Castlevania. I think it's kind of important that enemies respawn constantly because you have to grind things sometimes, the way that game's designed. But then there are other games where wandering back and forth would be incredibly tedious if the enemies respawned every time you went into the room. There's a lot of things on my mind that I wouldn't mind monologuing about today. Oh gosh, well, this is this guy now. Now let's see what he has to say.
Penitent one, the moment has arrived. It is your choice that I sound this bugle that weighs down my arms and twists my spine. It is your choice that its bronze exhumes the crystal tombs where the Amanasidas await you.
Gotta get those Amanasidas.
Do you want to make the bronze sing?
I don't know why I would say no. I just made a huge mistake.
One Amanasida has already awoken, which is why the Saita is already resounding.
I was wondering what the purpose of this room was. Alright, so that gate is closed. I don't know why I would think it wouldn't be, but I don't really see the point of going through the trouble unless Maya Culpa upgrades suddenly do things again. Okay, that did heal me. That's a good. More Quicksilver. I don't even know if I can make that jump. Only one way to find out. You know what? We're right next to the checkpoint, so we're going to try this a couple of times until I'm positive I can't make that jump. And apparently I forgot that I can climb walls, so it doesn't even matter. Man, you know, you get Tears of Atonement for things you've already collected, but it really isn't very many. Thankfully, these things still die in one hit. I don't even know if this is the best way to backtrack through this area. At the very least, we can get these platforms going again. And let's see. Can we get this? Well, I guess we just cast a spell on it. That's probably the safest. Oops. Oh, that's a... For some reason, I did not comprehend that pillar was solid. In my brain, I thought that it was part of the background. It would appear that I need to reprogram my brain to notice things like that. I'm glad there's no aerial knockback in this game. Or at the very least, it's not as punishing as it could be. Yeah, you're just going to YOLO this guy. And I was holding up at the wrong time. But I can see there's a platform underneath him, so we have some insight on how we're going to approach this now. So it's been an eventful couple of weeks. I had one game that I literally could not beat. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually impossible. But I spent more time on it than I think I needed to. Trying to make it possible. I had some commentary from some people mentioning that my rule that I have to beat a game before... suggesting that my rule that I have to beat a game before reviewing it might be a little too strict, because I may run into more games that have that same issue, especially as I start reviewing less known and for good reason kind of games. And my policy is basically if I can't beat it, then I don't review it. And the counter argument is that how are people going to know that it's unplayable unless I say so? And my thought on that is, if it's not known, widely known already, then if I don't review it, then people probably aren't going to know about it anyway. Now, this isn't how I feel about these unplayable games, but a rule of thumb on the internet, or on media in general, is that if you want to destroy something, the best thing to do is not talk about it. Because the moment you give it a negative review, whoa, that guy does a lot of damage on this mode. The moment you give it a negative review, you're immediately you're helping it by acknowledging that it even exists. Wow. Apparently my extra dodge length is not good sometimes. Luckily in this game, death isn't too punishing unless you have the right penitence or whatever. I'm really disappointed with the amount of tears I've been getting. Especially since they reset your church donations. Now, as for those unplayable games, I don't really feel... I haven't played anything that I'm like, oh, I totally object to this game. It's more that, you can't play it, so... There's not much point in paying attention to it. Whoop, darn it. I was caught in my combo. We're off to a great start this morning. Oh gosh. So anyway, I'm not too worried about that issue. Especially when it comes to something like a free game, but... In most of the games I've given poor reviews, I actually kind of... Like, depending on who you are and what your goals are, there's actually some value in still playing them. Stupid guy. I just want my souls back. There's nothing actually back there. I only looked over there because I thought there might be a treasure or something. Going through this area backwards is actually sort of confusing. But it's more fun than doing it forwards, because doing it forwards twice, what's the fun of that? Man, they're really stingy on the souls. That or I'm just not remembering how little souls you get at this phase of the game. Oh gosh. Oof. Alright, we just gotta go fast. Bouquet of rosemary. That actually has some importance to it. It's so weird to me that you can't exit through this direction. Can I jump up from the ground there? What the? Okay, that's not what I expected from that, but just teleport to the platform, I guess. There better not be spikes on the bottom of this. Okay, well, there is, but at least it's not pure spikes. How did I miss that? Of course. The first time I went through this, I didn't die once. It's funny. Like, one example of that, what I'm talking about, that it's still kind of interesting to play, is a game called Last Ditch Goodnight. That game was interesting. Even though I wouldn't recommend it as a game that you play as a good game, there are interesting things about it. And some of the things that it gets completely wrong are also kind of funny. And when I say wrong, I mean, in my opinion, of course, but it's a horror game. And for whatever reason, the characters talk like the Sims characters. They go blah, 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 blah. And that's just such a weird choice for what is supposed to be a horror game, and it doesn't ever really hit levels of satire to really be a comedy either. It's just kind of a weird, tonally bizarre game. But because of that, I kind of recommend taking a look at it. Definitely play it on easy mode. It does not handle its hard mode very well at all. Which I think is what I recommend in my review. Let me just make sure I actually get him on the thrust stab. Lunge stab, whatever you want to call that. Freaking bats. Bats are always the worst enemies in Metroidvania games. And when I say worst, I mean like sometimes the deadliest. They're the ones that catch you off guard at the worst times. This is true of regular Classicvania too. Alright, what do we got? I could have unlocked that shortcut instead, but that's okay. We're exploring. It's fun. It's fun to explore. Nice. I'm always happy when I can pull off a plunge attack because it makes me feel good about buying it. But I can't jump. Oh, I can jump through that platform. And I was not prepared. Thankfully, I didn't get launched into the pit there. Let's go and smash this into my face. Oh, no. Did not mean to go through both platforms. Oh, well. Alright, I gotta put on my speedrun mentality here. So anyway, right after finishing Castlevania The Lacard Chronicles 1 and running into a glitch that sort of made it unplayable. I was playing a different game, which will be Monday's review, that I got to the final boss, and it seemed almost like it was impossible. I'm like, not 2 weeks in a row, come on. I do not want this to happen. Thankfully, I figured out how to get past it. And to be honest, the solution was appropriate. Definitely, in my opinion, it had some conveyance issues. Have I looked up here? Let's go ahead and look up. Which I could possibly erroneously claim was the cause of my inability to beat it right off the bat. I'm just going to come up here and grab the save point just so I can have it as a teleport location. Once, actually, come to think of it, no, I don't know if I can get to. Let's go ahead and clear this area. Nice. The old jumping from ladders trope. Especially jumping from ladders above spikes. Oh gosh. And that is... when you do a jumping from ladders thing like this, you gotta make sure your ladder physics are perfect. Otherwise it's really frustrating. Okay, so I can't do anything with this right now. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I have to hit that. This is the tutorialization that you can do this yourself. Come on. What the... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I guess I didn't have enough. Okay, now I can go back down and... because apparently I haven't unlocked that save point yet. So there's one reviewer out there, I don't remember his, George Super Bunny Hop, who thinks that a reviewer should play a game twice before beating it, or before reviewing it. I think there's some merit to that argument. That would require me to, put out a review only every 2 weeks instead of every week, and I think that might make people more upset than they already are about my rate of reviews. So it's not likely I'm going to adopt that philosophy. Although there are some games I have played twice before reviewing it, and that is because the game enticed me to do so, and I give the game credit for that. Unworthy is one of those. Really? Okay. Guess I was standing too close. Whoops. That was definitely worth jumping down for. Okay, so there's a platform here I can use. Alright, let's go get that save point. Remove that baby from the map. I don't even remember putting these on the map. It always happens. I should mark any babies I can't get. Can I hit him from here? Nope. Oh, seriously? Come on. Always happy to get a plunge attack. I also want to kind of go this way because it's where I can unlock my knots, and I want knots. I definitely want knots. See ya. We'll go this way first. Alright, I have to be careful. Although if I fall here, it's not a big deal. I'll just fall down to the lower area. In fact, there may even be a secret if I do that. Too quick, though. Too quick, I'm agile. Whoops. Watch me fall here as I'm trying to kill this bat. Alright, that's a baby. There shouldn't be any babies I can't get at this point, so I definitely want to collect them when we see them. Or at least mark them on my map this time, just so I don't have to figure out where I missed them. Should be a safe place right around the corner here. What am I doing? I guess I was supposed to climb up there. So I could have already had this safe point. It put up here. That I should have just climbed up there, and I don't know how I did not notice that. Sometimes I'm blind. I'm sure that many of the people who have watched my streams have noticed that. I think the most embarrassing was figuring out where things were in ESA while also using a guide and still failing to find it. So theoretically there's a boss in the middle of that section there, based on the cutscene that we received. So did that guy go into visceral attack mode and then just suddenly die without me doing the visceral attack? That suggests to me that there's got to be some kind of advantage to doing the visceral attacks. How do I... Oh, I have to put the... I don't have that on already? Gosh. Grumble, grumble. You shouldn't have to do this, grumble. Dry clove. Sometimes I just like to look at the backgrounds. Alright, well, let's see if there's anything surprising in this direction. It doesn't appear that anything happens with the Maya Culpas, so I'm guessing that it's not worthwhile to bother with getting them all. This is the main thing I wanted to get, coming over here. Since I failed to use the teleporter last time.
Through solid the hive, I will wait. Now,
Do I have more than one of these?
return once meal. Return once meal.
I guess not. Alright, well at the very least I could put on that. Deal more damage when you've used all the bile flasks. Wait, I think I might have one that just does more damage now. Tears of Atonement. Yeah, let's get this because we're having a Tears of Atonement problem right now. And I think there's a health upgrade up here. I think over here. No, it's one of these things. Why am I thinking there's a health upgrade in this area? Maybe there is behind a hidden wall or something. I think I want the middle one. Get my bouquet of trying time. Let's go ahead and turn all this in. Go donate to the church. Don't know how much I've donated so far. I want to say 1,800.
Sorrowful will be the few remain here. There are few with the time, but it's
Skip past all this dialogue.
merciful.
Oh, he actually gives you the linen cloth. That's interesting. Let's go see what happens when we turn that in. Probably Tears of Atonement. Did I just give him 2 bouquets at a time?
Merciful. The miracle.
Nope. Okay. Thought maybe I'd triggered a glitch. Which, to be honest, I would be happy to exploit just to get the teleporter.
This place, they believe me, the punishment, do not try, bring. Behold, a tool that in the name.
Okay, so it gave me the Tears of Atonement early. Oh, I have a severed hand apparently. Where did I pick that up?
At the time of in the name of the high will.
Wait a minute. Hand of the Fraternal Master. Is that new? Let's see. Sacred Relic in the perfect state of conservation. This is something new with the DLC. The hand shakes gently when it considers it necessary. Secretly articulated, the material mistills the tendons. The bell that it's holding warns the wearer of nearby presence of mystery. Cool. And unfortunately it uses one of the slots, so... it's something I want to have on all the time, but I can't. That's cool, though. I am happy to put that in my arsenal.
In this place, help us these. In this place.
Okay, I haven't picked up any body parts yet. Oops. Alright, let's see if I can get this baby from a shot. Yes, I can. Cool. Now I don't have to worry about remembering that he's there. Oh, I remembered something when I was rewatching part of the stream, and I noticed a body that I didn't talk to that I need to talk to. Like a dead body. So we'll go do that. You know what? We'll do it right now. Why not? We'll go find it. I think that pushed me past 5,000. I don't remember what 5,000 gives you. Absolving sin? Okay, yeah, so you can absolve sin here now. I can't remember if it's 20,000 or 10,000 that gets you teleporting. I think it's 20,000, of course. Of course, it would be the long way. What was that? I don't know if anybody else saw that. Like a little spark came out of my forehead as I was sliding as if I ran into something. Check something here. All right. That rock does not go away until after I've gone through this area. What? No. I probably should take off that ground dodge ability. How's it going, Silverant? Well, now that you're on, I'll... So we ran into that... Do you remember the guy with the trumpet that we saw on the last week? We ran into him again, and I think he's unlocked a DLC boss. So now that you're on, I'll go straight to that next after we're done with this little diversion. Oops, I didn't want to do it without anybody viewing it because I know that that's what people want to see out of the torment mode. I don't know if it actually unlocks a boss, but it seemed like it was likely a boss. I am slightly afraid because, you know, I don't have a lot of health or bile flask upgrades at this point, but I really should probably take off the lengthen your dodge going through those holes. Technically, you shouldn't even have it at this point because you get it after, right after this section, I think. But no, don't knock me back too far. Okay. Phew. Once again, I think the first time I did this, I didn't die once. First time I did this on stream. I'm sure I died the first time I played it. So there was a body next to that trumpet dude. I noticed when I was rewatching the stream briefly that I did not talk to. I just kind of walked past it. So let's go ahead and look at that body too. Wait, what's in this door? Okay, I do have that now. I think it's just Tears of Atonement now, since we already have the item. Yeah, but we'll take that. I'm going to not sleep at that. Why is he still there? Wait a minute.
It is not possible. That which bears hundreds of years of oblivion has returned. It has returned.
I think he's referring to the DLC. I wonder how that guy knows so much, considering he can't read with that thing on his face. If you haven't already noticed, Nick isn't here this week. He had other things he needed to attend to. I hear footsteps above me, beyond the roots. I hear regular, raspy breathing from behind the rock. I hear worms nearby, slithering towards me. Okay, well that was definitely worth coming back here for. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be here next week. I was rambling about my rule on how I have to beat a game before. Nick is always funny. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted him to join me on these streams. He is hilarious. So I've known Nick since high school, and he would always just make up the funniest stories that seemed almost plausible but also ridiculous. It's just great. He's definitely funny to be around. But sometimes he just has other things to do. So the boss that is supposedly unlocked is going to be across the pit that you have to make the bridge for. Let's give him a shot. Okay, there was that spark again. Apparently it's just a thing that can happen. Whoops. That was almost a good dodge from that flying angel. So this is the thing I unlocked. I talked to the trumpeter, he blew the trumpet, and then this appeared. So let's see what happens when we talk to it. Oh, it looks like we teleported to like a dream type thing. Oh gosh. Yeah, I already like this boss. That's cool. He like makes the ground pop up. Just got to break that purple. So this is a cool alternative to giving him multiple health bars. Oops. This boss is cool. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. Well, I may want to level up a little bit before trying this guy. I think there might be a save point closer to him, so let's go to the other side of the... Let's go to the other side of the pit, because I think there might be a save point on the other side. Let me see. Or this save point might be better. Let's go do this save point. Maybe? Let's go down this way. Yep, this is True Torment mode. You are unable to access any of these bosses except on this mode. So apparently these angel-faced bat things still take, or die in one hit. I can't just jump down here. I just want to see if there's a ladder on the other side. I think there is. Yeah, I think that, or yes, it is. Enemies are definitely stronger than if you were fully powered leaving this place. I don't think I ever got this treasure chest here. I actually managed to avoid talking about Dark Souls up until now, so you've ruined it. Speaking of Dark Souls, Salmace is making me want to stream that. Okay, so that is a spell. What does that spell do? Quick attacks the pension when I... Okay, cool. I'll have to try that. I think this leads to the surface.
Oh, it is...
His Tears of Atonement.
It is a...
We like collecting tears in these parts. Alright, just double checking to make sure there's no save point I can take advantage of here. Oh, I guess we're playing this guy. Apparently they're cool with me coming in from the backside of that. Stack the damage. Whoops. There we go. Worth it for the tears. We don't have the item we can put in there. Okay. Oops. Let's keep going right just a little bit. I just want to look at my options for getting back to the boss so I don't have to walk too far every time. Alright, I don't think this is the best way. So we'll go ahead and give that boss another shot. We'll give it 2 more shots. I am really weak at this point, so I may have to come back for it. But we get to look at him. The miracle's not very fair. I don't know if they mentioned that in the intro, but they're like, the miracle gives blessings and it also gives curses. I'm like, I don't know. It seems to be mostly curses around here. We don't see a lot of blessings in this game. There should totally be like this guy that's like got everything. Like the miracle's just totally unfair. Bless the crap out of him. Whoops. Pick me up. This is tricky, isn't it? I need to get good at parrying those things. Oh gosh. Oof. Yeah, I definitely think I want to come back here with some more HP. I think I'm going to go ahead and move forward with that. We'll come back to him, but he's cool. I like him. Just need to find one of those statues to get rid of my sin or guilt or whatever. Yeah, they definitely seem like you should be more powerful before you try them. Which I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, why would you add DLC to the game and then make it so the bosses are just regular? And not some kind of extra challenge. I agree. I don't know if there's a lore reason why they put him there. Yeah, me too. Well, it wasn't that new. So where I found the trumpet dude again was in that new area that we discovered. So I had to go to a new area in order to unlock that boss. Why? Okay. There's actually a drop down here. Okay. Let's fall down. I don't think so. They don't seem slower to me. Okay, so this thing needs to be right in the middle. Is that close enough? Wait, I think what I need to do is this. Maybe? We'll flip the switch now. And this should be enough. Come on. There we go. That didn't take too long. Oh, that was definitely worth it. I'm glad that I did that. Yeah, what do we got here? Let's go ahead and move forward to the boss or to the next area. Whoops. So I was monologuing about, I don't know if I actually finished my sentence earlier, but I was monologuing about how I have to beat a game before I review it, and that was causing problems. In the last 2 games that I played, I got to another boss for the game I'm reviewing for Monday, and it seemed like it was also impossible until I basically figured out a way to exploit the pattern, which I think was intended, funny enough. Wait a minute. Okay, so refill empty by... There we go. That's right. Good. That's going to make things a lot easier. It seems like there should be a secret wall here. Anyway, Caldroth, who's on the Wednesday stream, said I shouldn't have that rule because I need to inform the public of games that are unplayable. And I've been thinking about that, whether or not I think he's right. I don't know, though. I think it's important that I put in as much effort as possible to beat the game before I review it. Monday's review is Drilly Willis. I don't know if you've seen... You actually, I think you watched me play it one night on the Discord. So yeah, I beat it, and yeah, it's it has positives. the fights are not one of those positives, though, and definitely not that final boss fight, which is a shame. You don't want to end your game on a sour note. If you're going to get any fight in your game right, it needs to be the final boss. Alright, how do I normally... Hey, how's it going, Baron? Welcome, welcome. I definitely think the final boss is what you should focus all of your efforts on. I think more and more we're seeing entertainment come out, and nothing that I've been reviewing, but I've been paying attention to other mediums, and it seems like more and more we have an issue with people being very good at building up mysteries, but not very good at paying off those mysteries. Like they start out really enticing, get a lot of people to view their product, but then they kind of trip on the finish line when it comes to the ending. And it confuses me because I've always been taught and thought that you should always write your ending before you write the rest of the story, so you can build towards that. But it seems like a lot of writers that are getting money for large projects haven't been doing that recently. And I don't know, I mean, technically from a money perspective, they get what they need because they've got you from the beginning. But it doesn't build faith in your future projects if you do that. But anyway, I mean, Drilly Willis has other issues besides just the final boss. Whoa, I thought I had the lung on. Nope, I had the nail on. I put the wrong thing on. Well, we're probably gonna die soon. Whoops. That's okay, we'll get as far as we can. Yes, it was a key was sent to me for Drilly Willis. Not that I wouldn't have paid attention to it without the key, but it's possible I would have reviewed something different for Monday if I wasn't provided the key. So it was a request from the developer. I'm hoping that January and February are often kind of drought months when it comes to games, although February I tend to get a lot of keys based on the last 3 years. But hopefully I can finally start knocking out some of the reader review requests that I've received. That number is getting higher than I'd like it to be. That was expensive. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I should get a hold of the pearls so I can start knocking those things out early on instead of later on. Although I'm not sure if the DLC has another ending or not. Primal Light, I might still review it. It's possibly a light fit type of game. I mean, it's on my list, so I will review it eventually. It looks cool. It's got that cool Sega Genesis look to it. I have to review Ninja Turtle, though, because Silverant requested that. I'm actually curious about that one. I believe that graphics don't matter as long as the game design is well done. But I have also not played a game that has terrible graphics that was also not at least mediocre. I don't know, it depends. Whoops. Oh, I just got clawed in the face and died. That's okay. I was kind of living on borrowed time for a while there because I forgot to put my poison protection on. These guys, I've decided it's best to just use spells to kill them. Or, let's just do this. Why did I play too many games that have different controls. I pushed the L1 button because a lot of games, that's the map button. I think it's the map button in Hollow Knight, isn't it? The left shoulder button, left bumper. I think you hold down that button. There's a lot of games that use L1 for your map instead of select. And then there's Salt and Sanctuary, where I'm constantly hitting the select button, even though it doesn't do anything useful. I should have... Oh, you know what? If I timed this perfectly, it looks like I could stab it. I still have plenty of room to get away. Really? 3? Alright. I did finish it solo. I do have a review for it. I actually think it's one of my better early reviews as far as... Like, I look back at some of my earlier reviews, I'm like, yeah, the grammar and whatever on this is not up to snuff in my opinion, but I'm actually really curious what's down that hole now. I might just drop down. To be honest, I don't think I finished any quests in Salt and Sanctuary, so I guess the answer is yes. Furthermore, I don't really know what the plot is in Salt and Sanctuary. Something about like krakens or whatever. Even after playing it a second time, we've been playing it co-op recently because I never actually did the co-op mode, so I had to try it out. Souls-likes have some good plot, especially the From Software ones. You just have to work for it. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're not surviving this. Yeah, the enemies are definitely slightly tougher. Dark Devotion, I think, is on my request list. And I do have it. I think Twitch Prime had that as a feature. 2 stabs will kill that. Did you get anything else out of TGA at least, besides Sephiroth? Oh, I appreciate that, Baron, but I do own a copy of it, so I wouldn't have to get a purchase of it. Oh, so they had the new Monster Hunter. I didn't actually watch the awards because I was editing my video review for next week. I figured I could get the summary. I have a Switch because my wife has some very good friends. She was complaining that she couldn't play Fire Emblem, and then her friends bought her a Switch. You mean the achievements in Dark Devotion? Achievements are something I never consider in my reviews. I know that for some people that's really important. To me, I actually use achievements sort of as cheat devices to figure out where I am in the game for planning purposes, like how much time do I need to devote this evening to playing this game, or how much do I need to clear my schedule in order to complete this game by my deadline. Okay, go ahead, silver it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. There's no way I'm going to be able to get past that whole group of these guys if I can't get past this one lady. Well, looks like we're going to be spending a little time getting good right now. I did not mean to push that like that. Not enough space to dash this guy because of the falling platforms. Alright, I'm gonna grab my guilt and then just gonna fall down this hole and see what happens. Ouch! Wait a minute. Wait, what just happened? Let's go get the save point, and then we'll come back. I'm a little confused. Did I like glitch the fight just now doing that? So I tried to do a dash attack down the stairs. Yep. Alright, I really need to get a save point quick. I think it's just beyond this door. Perfect. So, time is not the reason why I don't go for 100%. I think that the number one reason why I wouldn't go for 100% is enjoyment. If I don't feel like I don't like doing things when I'm playing a game that make me hate the game. And I know for some people, like, getting 100% achievements is like the most important thing to them. I've seen Steam reviews that suggest that. But my philosophy is that if you're playing a game for enjoyment, you should play it in a way that you enjoy it. And if it's tedious to get 100%, then don't do it. And with that in mind, I don't try and 100% the games I play based on that. I'm trying to think of a good example. Like of a game that I think is good, but I would never go for 100%. Like one's not coming. I think maybe like Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. I actually think I would enjoy getting 100% on that, but I didn't because it wasn't enjoyable enough to push through it. But compare that to Unworthy, where I have 18 hours on that game when I probably could have reviewed it after 9. It was because I had to see the secret ending once I discovered it was there. Or I should say the true ending. I don't want to call it a secret because it sounds like I just spoiled it for everybody. But it takes some effort to unlock. Oh man. To be honest, I actually put in a concerted effort to 100% Barbarian. But that one is a situation where I just ran out of time. I actually really did want to... I like that game enough in order to 100% it. These guys, I really don't like them. There she is. Get her. Come back. Okay, it only takes 2 stabs. I just need to figure out, or I just need to get good at timing it correctly. And don't stab her unless I can stab past her, or unless I'm sure she's gonna die. All right, I'm gonna have to give up this hand for a second. Okay, how do I get that baby? I think I have an idea. No, 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 no. Why? When did the melted gold? Oh, you give it to that one lady, I remember. She doesn't really give you time to stab her back. Nice. Okay, so I have that lightning spell. Let's cast that. And one baby down. So, I don't know. I think there are people that would prefer that I would try 100% reviews so I could review what it's like to 100% those reviews, but I think that 100% is a playstyle choice. And I try, when I write my reviews, to mention how I feel about the secrets in the game when I think it's relevant. Because I know that people are interested in that. But I would say that time is not the primary reason why I don't do it. Phoenotopia is another example of a game where I really wanted to get 100%, but I also already put 38 hours into that game. And so that one was definitely a time issue. I actually am probably going to go and try and 100% that as soon as I find some free time to do it. Especially after I've put together the video review. It's gotten me really excited to try it again. Or try and get the things I missed. Yeah, January, I think. Just for localization reasons. He said that he's probably going to put the demo up, though, so that'll be nice. So when I was reviewing Phoenotopia on Switch, it didn't have, or it had the ability to save your own videos disabled. Like Switch has that built-in ability. So I had 0 footage for myself. And recently that has been added to the game. And I think it was just because I had a pre-release copy and I just wasn't allowed to take shots for NDA reasons. What the? I was totally prepared for that. Well, this is going to be a thing. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm excited for people to get to play it on Steam. Sadly, the game is not doing as well on Switch as I would like it to, and as the developer would like it to. There's so much competition for anything. And Phenotopia is kind of a difficult game, so by default, he's added a lot of accessibility options that look fantastic for anybody looking to alleviate some of that difficulty. Speaking of which, Sylvan, did you use any of the accessibility options when playing Batbarian? Or did you play it pure? I shouldn't use the word pure. Default. My hat's off to you. After a certain while, I had to put that slow time down ability on. I also made the mistake of stacking awareness when I got my level ups. Well, depends on how you look at it. Whoops. There's so much fire. Some of those bosses are just brutal in Batbarian. I think they're great though. I like a game with challenge like that. On the flip side, I didn't even have the option to put on assist mode on or accessibility options on Phenotopia because they weren't out when I reviewed it. To be honest, I don't know that I would. Of course, I've already beat the game without using them, so I try not to use them where I can because I like to play the game on the hardest difficulty possible. There are a few games that I think are actually better with the assist options on, though. Like they kind of work as a fix for some of the game's more frustrating design idiosyncrasies. We're not going to say the word flaw, because of course it's just my perspective on it. Oh yeah, for sure. So something I'm really bad at, one of my weaknesses, is timing puzzles. You know, like if you have the opening and closing door, or the spikes that move up and down, or whatever. That's kind of an interesting shot of the boss's death. Those give me a headache for some reason. For some reason, it stops my brain in ways that I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, always. Oh, Jedi Fallen Order recently added a accessibility option that lets you turn off the QTEs, and that was right after I'd finished reviewing it. And to me, that is like the best thing a game could add that has QTEs. These weird bat wings are here. I don't know if you can see them on the stream if they're too minuscule, but it's weird that. I wonder what that is. Have you mentioned what you think of Jedi Fallen Order? Oh yeah, Resident Evil 4. The one flaw in Resident Evil 4 is the QuickTime events. I'm sure we could probably come up with others. Resident Evil 4 has such great overall design. I did explore this area up here, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, let's get out of here. Talk to this guy. Yeah, it is definitely a rage game in a lot of ways. Okay, I think there's a baby right there. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the map with that so I don't forget about it. Oh man, yeah, Batbarian definitely has the issue of when you can aim in 360 degrees, that gives you 359 ways you can fail. And the more ways you have to fail, the more likely it is you will fail. So that's definitely a challenge that you have to consider. Rain World is kind of the same way, actually. You just have hundreds of different ways you can do things wrong. There are some players out there that are better. Any speedrunner. Okay, so occasionally I run into people who have this attitude that people that play video games aren't hard workers and they're just lazy or whatever. I'm like, go watch any speedrunner and tell me that. Like, they put in the work. And they deserve attention for how much dedication they have. It's really impressive. I mean, they deserve as much attention as any sports star, in my opinion. Because it takes just as much talent. Maybe not as much training, just because you don't use your full body while playing video games, but certainly as much practice, if not more. Especially playing at a top level. What's the latest speedrun drama? I have not heard the latest speedrun drama. Oh, is there Minecraft? I've actually not really watched any Minecraft speedruns. I guess we're going up next. Hey, how's it going, Sphere Kurban? So just a FYI, based on our normal time, we have about 15 more minutes before the stream ends, so if you have any more questions, this is a good time to ask. I'm really excited for the video review on Friday. I try to make every video review better than the last, and I'm actually not, full disclosure, I'm going to be putting this in the comments of the video, I'm not using my own footage, or I'm not completely using my own footage for the Phoenotopia review. I actually requested footage from the developer, and they were willing to help me out on that. But even though I'm not using my own footage, I think that it's turning out really well. Super excited to see that release on Friday. Partially because that is my favorite game that I played this year. If I did a game of the year, I'd probably pick Phoenotopia, and it would be really difficult to beat that. One of the reasons why I don't do a game of the year is because I don't play every game that came out, and I feel like it would be wrong to name a game as the best game that came out that year without actually knowing everything that came out. That was a long run-on sentence, but I think you got my point. I think it would be really difficult to beat Phoenotopia, though. I don't want to overhype it, because I don't want you to go into it and be like, oh, it's not as good as he made it sound, but there are definitely aspects of it I think that are not for everyone. It's a bit of a slow burn, so it's more like Okami or Hollow Knight in that sense, where things don't happen too rapidly. Personally, I like that occasionally. Not everybody's going to like that aspect. Alright, so we've reached 10,000. What does this unlock? I didn't get any items, so...
In this place, help us these.
And let me see if it unlocked the teleporter. Not yet. How are you enjoying Cyberpunk, Baron? You said you were playing that this weekend. I've heard a lot of opinions about the bugs, but I haven't heard anything about the game itself. Besides, it's a solid RPG. I think this is not the best way. Oh, that's no good. Well, I guess the biggest point on Cyberpunk reviews right now is the bugs. Somehow I missed this when I came through here the first time. That is confusing because it seems like in Cyberpunk they could come up with an in-universe reason why you should be able to change your character after character creation. That's true. That is a confusing decision on their part. Is it worth jumping down here? Probably not. I think I already have, actually. Yeah, it seems like you should be able to change your face. Isn't that the fantasy of the future, that anybody can make their body be whatever they want it to be? It seems like that's what a lot of people are pushing for in real life. Well, I'm definitely interested in hearing your opinion once you are able to play it. I'm unfortunately probably not going to get to Cyberpunk anytime soon. I want to play the Witcher games before I play Cyberpunk, and I haven't finished the first Witcher game, so I've tried several times, and then my computer always broke while I was playing it. It's like cursed or something.
To a promised land, let me ask of you the favor as my take thee.
I wonder if this guy will actually die.
Now, let mine hurry up.
I find it interesting the design that he has like a arm coming out of his belly, or it's like two people. I was enjoying The Witcher as much as I played it. I started it twice, and both times my first time my hard drive died, and the second time something else happened to my computer. And I don't know if they added the cloud saving later on or something. It has cloud saving now, but I apparently did not have the ability to get my file back, and that kind of prevented me from starting it. And I'm waiting until my brain forgets everything so that it's not tedious to go through the first parts of the game again. I mean, right now it's just a matter of time being the issue. Oops. Get out of here. These things. Oh my gosh, there's like 3 of them. Holy. I've aggroed the entire nest. I don't know how to get back up there. I guess I'll go this way. Let's get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. Apparently, it looks like a boss right now. I probably should heal before I attempt more on this guy. My kids, they like humongous games like Pajama Sam or Putt Putt. They like those a lot. And I think it's good for them to play it. But really it's just my one son who... So I have 2 twin boys, and the oldest one is the one, when I say oldest, I mean like by a couple of minutes. 11 minutes to be exact. Sorry, I'm focusing to try and get that baby. There we go. My oldest one is the only one who plays. My younger twin just likes watching, or is more interested in watching. My daughter, on the other hand, she's really interested in getting a hold of the controls and trying it out for herself. So I might have 2 gamer kids and then a son who has other interests. And that's fine. But yeah, so far he can only handle like a mouse game. When I hand him a controller, they never seem to be able to figure out how to move and jump at the same time. Yeah, it's great. They're all pretty close in age, too. I mean, when you have twins, that happens, of course, but they're kind of the trio of terror, since they're all... Well, the twins are 3, and my daughter is like 1.5. I am 37. So I'm an ancient person from gaming standards. Can I break this thing? Nope. I have to actually do the tree quest. So yeah, we had our kids a little bit late. I'm gonna be in my 50s when they become adults. Which will be interesting. I'm gonna try and get through this without dealing with those slugs. I know my first session of this game, that was a mistake. Oops. Oh my gosh, that's do so much damage now. Once you get past 30, time stops mattering as much. I don't know how else to describe it. It just becomes less important. The years just kind of fly by. You start remembering more of the time that you spent, so something that happened 7 years ago is a lot more clear than trying to remember something 7 years ago when you're 14 or whatever. I don't know if it has to do with the way your brain's developed or whatever, but... Like, I remember when I was younger, I'd look at somebody who was 37 and be like, oh yeah, that's an old person, but I'm like, not so much. Not anymore. Now that I'm there, it doesn't seem old. You know, and I work as a financial analyst during my day job, and a lot of my coworkers are, you know, in their 50s, and you know, some of my coworkers will retire while I'm working with them. So age just stops being a factor at a certain point, depending on the person you talk to. There's some old people that still treat me like I'm 10 years younger than them, and you know what? They have every right to. That amount of experience does make a big difference. But no, even talking to 20-year-olds and whatever, age doesn't matter as much to me. I think every person is special, and every thought that they have is important. I don't personally believe that every opinion is valid, but the person is valid and the person is important, and their opinion should be considered because of that. And most certainly respected. Whoa! I think that happened to me the first time I played too. You know, I just noticed that that bell was ringing just now. I wonder if that item is one that I got last time and it existed in the game. I just didn't go and turn it in. Hey, what's this?
And may I don't.
Defense item.
What I am offering, and may my.
Don't really need that anymore since I already have the item that you get from that quest. So we're going to save all this to try and get the teleporter. We're going to head back to the village and probably call it for the stream this week. Whoops. I guess this is one way I can get down, but I do want to unlock this. So I don't want to accidentally fall down right now. I'll come back after we fall once, or go down once. Alright, $10 says I don't make this baby the first try. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2... Oh, I did it! Wow! I'm surprised at myself. Cool. I'm shocked, to be honest. Let's see how the church is looking. Actually, I'll go to the save point and that'll confirm whether or not I got what I actually want out of this. All right, well, I think that is a good place to stop for today. So we got through a good chunk of area, unlocked a boss, and we'll see how comfortable I am. Let's see, I think we got a couple of blood vials that we can transform. Oh no, we got rosary knots. We got 3 rosary knots and a quicksilver. So yeah, I've been spending all my souls trying to unlock the teleporter, so we'll probably not do that first, but those rosary knots will probably help a lot. Maybe I'll try that boss again starting next week. I'll probably wait until people join before I do it, just to make sure that they don't miss anything. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.